It's over. Caitríona Balfe reveals shocking truth. Husband Tony divorced after kissing Sam Heughan. Undercurrents behind the lights. Caitríona Balfe stepped out of the car, her crimson evening gown hugging her elegant figure as if it had been designed for this moment. Tonight was the premiere of the final installment of the hit series Highland Vow, where she and Sam Heughan had created a legend on screen, a couple that not only captured the hearts of millions of viewers, but also caused the media to endlessly speculate about something more than a movie. But the truth always has a deeper layer than the lens. In the flashing lights, people saw that Tony McGill, Caitríona's husband, was no longer by her side as he had been every year. Instead, Sam stepped out of the black SUV behind, his eyes meeting hers like a silent symphony full of hidden meanings. Then they stepped onto the red carpet, shoulder to shoulder. The audience's hearts pounded, but no one knew that that night, not only the movie ended. A chapter of life also quietly closed. Strange messages and the missing ring. A few weeks after the premiere, a tabloid published a shocking image. Caitríona was no longer wearing her wedding ring during an interview in Paris. What shocked everyone more was the leaked text message from the hacked personal account. "I didn't know it would go this far, but the moment he kissed me, everything fell apart. I'm sorry, Tony." Sam also disappeared from social media for a short time, not appearing at the Berlin press conference. Rumors swirled. Some said Tony had left his Dublin mansion, taking a suitcase and a broken guitar string with him. But no one said anything, until Caitríona broke her silence, the shocking interview. In a live interview on Global Talk Tonight, the host opened up about the most anticipated questions of the year. "Caitríona, is it true, after the last scene, you and Sam had an unscripted kiss?" Caitríona looked straight into the camera. There was a long silence as if time was waiting for an answer. "Yes, it's true. It was unscripted. It wasn't directed. Nobody expected it." The audience fell silent. And then, Tony knew. And we got divorced. Behind the scenes. She tells of a behind-the-scenes moment no one saw, the final shoot in Scotland, when the crew had returned to the hotel. She and Sam sat by the campfire, where Claire and Jamie, their characters, had exchanged vows. "We were so engrossed, but when I looked into Sam's eyes, I didn't see Jamie. I saw someone I loved, or never allowed myself to admit I loved." The kiss, she says, was not a betrayal, but a buried truth. But she also admits that the truth came too late. Tony, who had been with her since the beginning of her career, chose to leave quietly. Unfinished love song. Sam has remained silent in public. But a few days after the interview, he posted a short post, no pictures, just a quote from Pablo Neruda. "I love you like a secret in the dark, an old wound, no longer bleeding, but still aching when the rain falls." Number One confirmed their relationship. No one saw them together after that, but a year later, Caitríona appeared at the premiere of a musical directed by Sam, a play called The Last Vow. And amid the applause, he walked out, looking straight at the audience. They smiled. Back from the storm. After the bombshell interview, Caitríona withdrew from public life. She moved to a small farm in the west of Ireland, where the grassy hills and wind blew like whispers of the past. Tony was no longer in touch. His lawyer sent the final papers related to the divorce proceedings. No complaints, no anger, just a small, handwritten card. "Love doesn't die from betrayal. It dies when it's no longer nurtured. Stay true, even if it breaks someone." Caitríona kept the card in an old book, The Time Traveler's Wife, that had been Tony's first gift to her. Sam, between two worlds. On the other side of the ocean, Sam Heughan faced his own storm. His agent asked him to refrain from commenting Fans were divided, and studios began to question publicity risks. Sam doesn't care. He puts his heart and soul into his theater project, The Last Vow, a play based on the diary of his grandfather who died in the war. A story about a soldier who makes an unfinished vow, never to return. When asked why he chose that name, he simply replies, "Because there are vows that don't need to be kept, just remembered." The unexpected third person. A month before the premiere of The Last Vow, a mysterious woman comes to see Caitríona. It's Amélie Rousseau, a French journalist who used to be Sam's old friend. You thought that kiss was the beginning, but actually, it was the end. Amélie hands Caitríona a file, letters, emails and recordings between Sam and Tony, over the past 3 years. Sam and Tony were friends, real friends. Together they built a charity campaign in Africa. Sitting drinking at midnight in Cape Town, they talked about the loneliness of living next to someone you love, but can't keep. In a recording, Tony says, "If you kiss her one day, don't apologize to me. I want her to be real." Caitríona breaks down in tears. The liberation. A few days later, Caitríona flies to London. She walks backstage at Sam's play before the first performance. No one says anything. Just looks. "Did you know, he forgave us before we even made a mistake?" Sam nods. "I know, I don't forgive myself. That's harder." She smiles. "Then act. Don't be Jamie. Don't be Sam, be the man we both lost." Chapter 10, The Last Symphony, The Last Vow begins. The stage was simple, the light was soft, and Sam stood there, transformed into a soldier with weary eyes, carrying the last letter that would never be sent. The audience held their breath. In the third row, Caitríona quietly shed tears. At the end, the main character uttered the last line, a line that was not in the script, but Sam added at the last minute. "I loved someone, and what I feared most was not losing her, but that she never knew it." The stage was dark. The applause was thunderous.